All right, Bibiane, I've got a killer set of wines here for you for our fall season. Now let's take a look at these one by one and I'll break it down. Now this is by Királyudvar, and they're one of my favorite sweet Tokai producers from North Hungary. But I'll tell you what, they make great sparkling wine too. And that's what this is, made from Furmint. In Hungarian, Pezsgő is the term that we use for sparkling wine. Pezsgő. Pezsgő. That's what it says right there on the label. And this is going to have a lot of apple aromas and be really kind of complex, but also fresh. It's so good with fall food. Brut, so low on the dosage, and a single vintage, 2017. I'll have to look and see what Henye means on that, but pretty cool. Next is Vesselle. This is a champagne in a cute little half bottle format, of course. Œil de Perdrix, Eye of the Partridge. I guess partridges have red to pinkish eyes from time to time. We can break down this label and see that it's récoltant manipulant on the label. And you also see that in this secret code here. It's really kind of hard to see unless I catch the light at the right angle, but there's that RM at the bottom. And that means that they grew the grapes and made the wine. Œil de Perdrix is a term that's used around Europe for different types of wine. We see it in Switzerland, we see it in Italy as Occhio di Pernice, and it means, the wine has just this kind of pink rosy tone. Bouzy is the place where the winery is located. So that's a village in Champagne. And then this was disgorged in 2022 in April 26th. So that's what we're looking at there by North Berkeley. Next is a sake. I don't know if we've done sake together before, but Kamoizumi, red maple. So this is a Nama Ginjo style, and Nama refers to the pasteurization of the beverage, or lack of pasteurization. And often sake is pasteurized twice. So with Nama Ginjo, they zoom forward and pasteurize the beginning, but then they leave off the pasteurization at the end. And then if it's Nama Chozo style, they choose to wait. So they do the late pasteurization. And I guess that can impact the style of the sake. But then this is a Genshu, undiluted, and then aged for 2 years. So all in all, it's super unique. Bottled in 2022 in December. That's what that code is in the bottom right. And this is from kind of southern Japan. So really complex, savory style of sake. I think you'll enjoy. Some Washington white wine here. Curlew Sauvignon Blanc. This is Yakima Valley, labeled Lonesome Springs Ranch. I really like the Curlew wines, and their whites are delightful. This is going to have some of that nice savory elements of herbs and flowers that we like with Sauvignon Blanc, and a bright structure. Now, I would say, Sauvignon Blanc is a pretty standard style of wine. On the other hand, Syrah is anything but standard. Got that nice wax capsule on there, and you can just use your corkscrew and go right into the wax to get the cork out. But Le Roc des Anges Syrah. This comes from southern France. And Côte Catalane, this is like, if you follow the Mediterranean shoreline of southern France, almost into Spain, we're seeing that being the Roussillon region where Côte Catalane is found. And it's a classic area for things like Banyuls and Reef Salt, kind of these fortified wines. This is a white wine that's kind of made like a dry sherry, like an Amontillado or a Fino, where I think it has flor. And it's Grenache Gris and Macabeu, aged 6 years under flor. Or it's kind of like a Vin Jaune in a way. So I know that you love Vin Jaune, so this should be a really nice fit. One of the most unique styles of wine coming out of southern France. I don't think I've seen anything else like it. Another unique style here. This is a wine of Europe. You see that Vin de la Communauté Européenne 2019. So that's what we're looking at for the Jean-Yves Perron, The winery is in France, in Savoie, and then the grapes here come from Piedmont in Italy. So it's like wine of the European Union, imported by Owen Kotler. This is Moscato that is made in kind of a macerated style. So it's gonna have some skin contact and a really nice texture, very floral. Next is a Santorini Acertico by Gavilas. And this is their 2020 vintage. I love that blue glass. Just imagine if that turned into sea glass, how beautiful it would look. And this is, you know, one of the classic styles of Greece, Santorini. And Gavilas, I find, has a very Gruner-esque type of aromatics to it, different than Sigalis as a producer, or even as, if we look at Argyros is another great producer from Santorini. They each kind of have their own house style. So this is nice and rich. From Spain, this is a pink Rioja Rosado 2021 by Ostatu. It's got a nice nice color to it, really kind of salmon-y color. So they make, of course, white and red in Rioja as well, and sparkling too these days, but the Rosado is delicious. Also from Spain here, this is a Priorat Idus 2016 by Val Lach. And, you know, this is going to be a really cool Carignan-based Priorat. And they might call it Carignana in Spain and Carignan in France, but that's kind of the same grape. Really a lot of depth and power to that wine. Should be more of a full-bodied style. Turley, really great single vineyard Zinfandel producer from California. This is their Paso Robles Central Coast Pezenti vineyard, 2021. They do single vineyards from all over the place, and this is a favorite. Next is Kai. This is Errázuriz Carmenere from Chile, and it's the Aconcagua Valley. So I think, you know, if anyone making Carmenere in Chile, Errázuriz is a top-level producer, and you're going to get lots of green herbaceous tones and dark fruit, and their Kai is sort of a benchmark in terms of the Carmenere grape. And then finally, Elk Cove. This is a dessert wine called Ultima. It's made from Riesling, and they freeze the grapes at the winery and then press them while they're frozen to get the sugary juice out. So it's kind of a cryo extraction, and you know, similar to ice wine, but instead of freezing on the vine, they're freezing at the winery. And it's just really a lot of apricot, stone fruit here, with you know, a nice sweetness that'll go with any of your fall desserts. So there you have it. Hope you enjoy it. Cheers.